Einen wunderschönen guten Abend zu unseren Freunden in Deutschland oder im deutschsprachigen Raum, besser gesagt. Herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Episode vom Journey to the Chateau hier in Saint-Baudel im Château de Colombes. Wunderschönes Wetter und diese Woche haben wir eine kleine Reise gemacht, um ein paar Sachen fürs Chateau abzuholen. War toll.
Bonjour à tous. Bienvenue à Journey to the Château de Colombes in Saint-Baudel.
And now to English-speaking friends from around the world, which truly is true.
All around the world, yes.
Well, yes. And that includes actually China,
Yeah?
Japan, and somewhere in the middle of the jungle in India, where we got messages from. It's actually really fantastic. Welcome to another journey. I digressed already.
Yeah? Oh, well.
Welcome to another episode of Journey to the Chateau. Hope you enjoyed this episode. It is about our recent trip to Nevers.
To pick up some items that we wanted at auction.
Yes, so what they did auction off, Nevers has a huge palace that is a Renaissance palace, and it is owned by the town of Nevers, and they auctioned off the part of the contents of the chateau, and it's kind of amazing to go there and pick up items that have stood or been in the chateau for centuries. So it was great. Now, we are really happy with the purchases. And I do absolutely love the Louis XV secretary. which is about 1750. And my mind, as I digress sometimes, I do that on a daily basis. When I'm just walking by there, opening it up for something, my mind wonders who all wrote letters on that secretary.
yeah.
I mean, I find that very fascinating, and I know I'm a bit of a nerd, but that's I'm okay with that. But so that's one thing, and then we got this beautiful Aubusson rug.
Yes.
And it's it's fantastic. They are not that easy to get, although you can still buy them new today. That's fantastic.
Right, and we got several different lamps, and I love all the lamps that we got, and of course nothing came with a lampshade.
No.
So, but that's okay for us because that gives us another little thing to look for when we go out brocanting or whatever. All we have to do is find sort of a lampshade that fits on the lamp, and then we can cover with our own fabric and do whatever we want to.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And one lamp, the bisque, that's Venus coming out of the bath. I don't know why that is a subject, but it is. However, so we got here, and then that evening said, "Oh, let's plug them all in, see." And until that moment, I had not even noticed that it had no power cord, so that needs to be rewired. I just stood there with a light bulb, picking it up, and there's nothing dingling. So it's like, oh, good
Okay.
grief. I mean, I could have noticed that a little earlier, couldn't I?
Oh well. Oh well. So, other thing that happened recently was that something actually returned to the chateau, didn't it?
Something returned to the chateau.
The claw returned to the chateau.
Oh, yes. The tractor.
Yes.
There goes the happiness.
That was very short-lived.
And I have to say, I talked today to Jonathan at the company we bought the tractor from.
Well, so you should explain
Yes.
exactly what happened to the tractor.
So I was mowing, and I was so happy. So I did the courtyard and one entire track through the back.
Right?
So we can actually go from the park, as they call this here, to the end of the property, and so lovely. And somehow the mowing deck didn't want to stay all the way in the uppermost position, and I had trouble stirring it.
Right. And I was actually out doing mowing with the hand mower in the front around the moat. And so Patrick had drove around, and you drove by, and as you drove by, you said, something's not right. Isn't that what you said?
Yes.
You said, something's not right.
Yes.
And so you went down, and then you turned around and you came back. And so as you came back, you were slowing down, and I looked, and underneath the mower, there was hydraulic fluid that was just spewing out of a hose underneath the tractor.
Right. Yes. So, the baby is still in the garage.
Right?
They're going to pick it up, and I went there today. It's easier to do this in person since it's French, and the French talk very fast on the phone. which is normal. But it's for me, it's always easier for most not non-native speakers. It's always easier to see facial expressions because that helps in understanding. And I think he saw me coming and he just wanted to run for the hills because he had seen my email. Look, this is really no one's fault, and they decided that the company that makes this has to send them an engineer to repair this because clearly there's something wrong with the mowing deck. It's now kaput twice.
Right.
So, and I was just laughing because at this point, there's no. I mean, it's not like that company stood there and poked a hole in something. And
Well, I certainly hope they didn't.
No, I mean, no one was here when it happened.
No.
So they would like a happy customer. So he was much happier when I left. And he will be happy seeing me again now because I think he thought I wanted to yell at him. But what's the point? I mean, it's not his fault. So that was. It was a long day, anyways, today. But it was just. They are going to give us just a regular ride-on mower, so we can actually just do the maintenance here, which is great. So it's very kind of them. What else?
Yeah. Well, we this past weekend we also went to a brocante.
Oh, yes, with Tony and Jane.
Yes, a very large brocante. Yes.
It was fun.
And we actually bought some items, and we'll show them to you right after this.
Last year, when we were at a brocante, we found this géant
Terrine.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
And so it has this snake on it. It's really pretty. We actually used it. And on this brocante, we did actually find the sister terrine.
Right.
But that came also with a ginormous platter.
All right, so this is the one we just found and bought at the brocante. And this one came with this.
It was fantastic, and it was a price I couldn't say no to.
Absolutely.
Another thing I bought, or I found, I wanted, and I don't, is this. So this is really ancient. It hung in a fireplace. And since they were going every day, because they, at these estates, it was cooked for 30, 40 people every single day. And that's besides the people who owned it. Right. So there were things that hung in the fireplace or up on the ceiling where they cured meat, or things that they just wanted to store. So it's fascinating.
Sort of looks like an oversized fish hook.
It does. Or something you can climb walls with.
Well, yes. Yeah.
So that was fascinating.
Yes.
And then we did find this. We were actually with Tony and Jane. They had to pick something up. And this was lying on the floor. And this is solid bronze. These are door openers, which will be like this. They are, I can't even tell you, they're so heavy that this should be gym equipment.
Right.
Really fascinating. I think Tony is going to accuse me eventually of stealing things from people because they were pretty
Yes.
extremely well priced. So we're very happy. Should I take this out of the bag?
Yes. So
And let the cat out of the bag.
absolutely.
So this gives kind of a clue.
Yep.
And please don't fall off the table. So this is, and we haven't taken it out. A chandelier, which we still have to hang up tomorrow because it is in one of our guest rooms that Frocke or her friend are staying in. So
Yes. And we were looking for something that was a bit smaller size.
I just said it's not that heavy. It's actually quite heavy when you hold it with one hand. But it's lovely crystals, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it was at a price point where we said, it's you can't even get a simple modern lamp for that kind of a price. So
Right.
why not get some crystals?
Okay. And what was the last thing that we got at the brocante?
Well, last thing is to your left. So these are two pottery vases or vases, depending on who you ask.
These two.
It's a pair. It's a pair. They're left and right of my grandmother. They have pomegranate in it, some grains. They're so pretty, and we don't know what it is. We tried to find them online, and they're really very old. And if I turn them around, you see they are thrown on a
Oh yeah. Handmade.
Yes.
Pottery is.
And we saw them standing there on the ground. They're just so pretty, and totally fell in love with them. So we kind of had to have them. So if anyone knows what they are or what kind of pottery that is, please let us know. Because we can't find any reference on it online.
Right, and there's no mark or anything on the
nothing.
bottom, so.
Nothing that I've seen.
Right.
But it's absolutely fascinating. So that was a good day.
Yes, it was.
Tomorrow we have another arrival to the chateau.
Yes, another one of Patrick's relatives. Didn't we just have a relative here, Patrick?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Anyway.
And it's fantastic. So Frauke is coming back with one of her best friends, and we're very excited. So I'm going to pick her up when this video airs. Mm-hmm. They will be here, and we will have had dinner together. Mm-hmm. And it is exciting. And Frauke is just such a good sport, and I love her. And so that's going to be great. Mm-hmm. And what else?
Well, we have our regular episode again this Friday.
Oh, yes.
And this episode that you're watching actually for us is episode 99. So our episode on Friday will be episode 100. So
yes.
What we're going to have for our 100 episode is we're going to have looking back on a year of us being at the Chateau.
Yes.
And highlighting some of the things that have happened.
Yep. Now, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Recommend us to your friends and family. It really helps us a lot. And we very much appreciate all your comments. And I know for the last episode, I'm already behind. But we try to reply to every comment. So thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you on Friday.
Absolutely. 100.
A bientôt.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please use the like feature to let us know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our Journey to the Chateau YouTube channel if you would like to see more. Once you've subscribed, you can tap the notification bell in order to ring it, which will allow you to receive all notifications from our channel. Thank you.